Hello guys, my name is Sarah and this is my channel Eclipse Botanica. My voice is a little hoarse. I was sick for a week, but I'm better. My voice is still a little funky. But if you are new to my channel, normally I make videos about my journey with my first small business. But if you watched my previous video, I will tag it here if you would like to watch it. No, here. I will tag it here if you would like to watch it. I'm not going to be really focusing on my business for the next month. I'm going to kind of just put that at the back burner and focus on other things, like my 35-day spiritual cleanse. I'm on day 7 out of 35 and it's going really well and I'm feeling a lot better. But speaking of my rituals, I've been wanting to make a video about this for a really long time. I am going to be sharing with you in this video how to make your own loose incense. I'm going to explain this in a way that's personal for me. For other people, this explanation might be a little bit different, but loose incense is where you go to a shop like a tea shop or a herb shop or a metaphysical shop and you pick out different herbs. And usually at these shops, they have like physical healing properties or spiritual healing properties, especially at the metaphysical shops, they'll have the spiritual healing properties. But if they don't have that stuff, you can always just buy some stuff and then look it up online, or do it the other way around, look it up online and then buy whatever, because there are some herbs out there that like are very hallucinogenic if you smoke it, or are not smoke it. If you burn it for incense. I would suggest looking it up first and then buying whatever herbs you would like to use in your loose incense, because some you can use for incense and for tea. It can have different effects depending on how you use it. And what I do is I have this wicker basket. I think my husband or my fiance actually picked out this wicker basket, and we went and we got all of these glass jars from Michael's, and they're all different shapes and sizes. Hopefully we can kind of get it to look a little bit more cohesive eventually. But for now, I actually kind of like the way it looks because it just, I don't know, it's ours. We made it together whenever we first began our paths. So I love our basket. You'll see a little bit of it in the video because I'm going to show you guys how I make my ritual incense. You take the herbs and you crush them up in a mortar and pestle, and then you have a mixture. I'm going to be keeping my intentions in this ritual private, but I will explain what this ritual can be used for and what all of the herbs are for, like what purpose they have in the ritual and other properties that they have. I'll explain all that. Today, I'm going to be doing a ritual loosely based on patience, which means that I'm going to be incorporating a lot of grounding aspects. The earth is the element that I would be using to do that. So anything earth related, I'm going to be using a little piece of Palo Santo to represent my earth element to help with the grounding of my ritual. You don't have to use wood to represent the earth, obviously. You can use grass, you can use sand, honestly, all of the herbs in here kind of represent the earth because they came from the earth. So I don't necessarily need to use Palo Santo, but I still want to, so I'm going to. Anyways, I'm going to change the camera angle around so you can see from up top what I'm doing. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with our patience ritual. Trying to be all smooth. Let's get started with our patience ritual. So I have lovely handwriting, as you can see. It's about equivalent to a 3-year-old. Now, when you are first starting out, it's smart to write this stuff down. I did not. And it's been like a 1.5 years since I first started, and that's my mistake. But hopefully I can help somebody else not make that mistake. So what you're going to want is an incense burner. This is my lotus flower that I use in like a bunch of product photography and all of my rituals. And because it gets so hot, I put it on this plate here, which is a gift I actually got from my fiance. We went to this animal preserve about 1 year ago. I asked the lady behind the counter about this thing, and she said that it's made out of melted down animal traps from poachers. So I bought it because I was like, oh my god, that's amazing, and I need to have it. I use this to put my lotus flower on because this gets incredibly hot once you have a lit coal in there. But you're gonna want something to burn your incense on. You're gonna want your herbs. You're gonna want your mortar and pestle. This one is incredibly small. I suggest maybe getting a bigger one, but if you're just doing like one herb at a time, it works okay. And we use this, we've been using this for a year and a half now, but I'm getting a bigger one to make my bath salts in, because I don't want to use the same container for that, because then I'll be mixing up a whole bunch of energies and I'm going to be selling these bath salts, so I don't want to, you know. Lastly, you are going to want a container to put your herbs after you have mixed everything up. This container is actually really special to me. My brother gave it to me back in 2014, filled with some, I think it was like cherry tobacco, and I still have the tobacco. I didn't get rid of it. I think he made it himself. I can't remember. The container still smells like the tobacco, and the tobacco smelled amazing. So I love using these containers for my ritual blends. All right, so the first herb that we're gonna be using is bayberry root, which that's what this is. I put all my labels of my herbs on the bottom because I'm trying to memorize what they look like from the top, so awesome. Bayberry root is good for luck, prosperity, good fortune, healing, and stress relief. Being impatient is incredibly stressful, so anything stress relief is good. So I'm gonna move that up there so y'all can see a little bit better. Normally I do this on the ground, but I don't want the table to like just start shaking like crazy, so I'm actually just going to lift it up and do this, because I put quite a bit of force behind crushing these herbs up, and I don't want my table to just be like shaking like crazy. But anyways, you can crush your herbs up as much or as little as you want to. You don't even have to actually crush them up at all if you don't want to. I like to, because it releases the aroma into the air like immediately. There's the bayberry root. And next I'm going to use a little bit of mandrake. Mandrake is mostly for love and an aphrodisiac, but its main component is that it makes any ritual that you do more powerful. So it strengthens everything else. So I'm just going to use a little bit of it because I think this is all that we have. I have some actual mandrake root, which is pretty cool. It's a pain to crush it up. This is already crushed up, so I'm just going to use a very small amount. Next, we're going to be using Meadowsweet, which is really good for stress. That's why I'm using it. It's really good for love, help finding a job, stress, headache, digestion, pain, protection, and it's also a mild sedative. Meadowsweet is already really not ground up, it's leaves, but I still do this because, again, I like the aroma. Sounding fancy over here. I like the smell. Oh, I forgot to write down my last ingredient. What the heck? Bayberry root, mandrake. See, I'm terrible at this. And what did I just do? Oh, Meadowsweet. All right, and next we are going to be using Myrrh. This one is very easy to point out because it's the only one that looks like sand. You can also get it in a very powdered form. This one is a little bit more coarse than the powder. It looks like sand, but it's the only one in there that looks like sand, so it's really easy to point out. We're gonna be using Myrrh for its spiritual cleansing, healing, meditation, peace, peaceful dreams, digestion, and menstrual cramps. I'm mostly gonna be using this for the peace, and meditation also. Anything that helps with meditation while you're doing a ritual just makes it so much easier. I am reading these off because I have not memorized what all of these do. I have them written in my book here, so I am reading them off. just in case y'all are thinking like, oh my gosh, she has all these memorized. She's so smart. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm reading them off from my book over here. Anyway. And if y'all have not noticed yet, I'm not making a large quantity of this. I'm making this for about maybe 2 rituals worth. Myrrh smells so good. So good. All right, so now we're gonna be using pennyroyal. Yeah, I'm getting good with memorizing them. I'm getting good with memorizing what they look like, not what they do. So, let me write this down before I forget. Pennyroyal is for peace, tranquility, purification, cleansing, protection from negative energies, physical strength, success to business. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in this that I'm going to be using it for, but mostly the peace and tranquility. I feel like being impatient takes away from my peace, like, pretty bad. So all right, and then the next one we're using, where are you? Red sandalwood. Pretty easy to point out red sandalwood. This is actually a mixture of a powder that I bought and then a bunch of chunks. And red sandalwood I know is very good for grounding, but let's see what else it's good for. Calming, grounding, bravery, strength, protection, cleansing, and to unfold your vibrant energy. So I'm going to be using this mainly for its grounding properties. This one is very difficult to crush up. I mean, it's chunks of wood, so. All right, lastly, we're going to be using my favorite one, which is Vervain. We have it in 3 different forms. This is the powdered form. Then we also have these leaves, which I feel like these are obviously better for tea. And then I also have this one that I haven't opened yet. But we bought this giant bag of the powder about a year ago, actually, and this is the very last of it, so. But I love Vervain because it's mainly for anxiety, and it is a multi-use herb. Let me read you what I have written down, but there's a lot more healing properties that Vervain has. It is for anxiety, protection, money, youth, peace, healing, sleep, nightmares, love, to prevent depression, bring creativity, and an all-purpose protection herb. There's more. If you look it up, you can find a lot more uses for it. But Vervain is awesome. There's also blue Vervain, and I'm not sure what the difference is, but I'm sure once I use it, I will. That was kind of a lot, but it's Vervain, so. This is the anti-anxiety herb, man. Like, you can't possibly use too much Vervain. Now let's see if I can't get this to look like totally perfect. Oh my God. I almost did it. That doesn't look half bad. I tried to make it look like a pie chart. But, oh, you know what? Did I write that down? I did not write it down. My God, see? I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Okay. We used pennyroyal, red sandalwood, and vervain. Okay. So my patient's ritual loose incense mixture today is made of bayberry root, mandrake, meadowsweet, pennyroyal, red sandalwood, vervain, and myrrh. I forgot about that. See, this is why you write it down, because otherwise you'll totally forget. I'm trying to think, did I forget anything else? I think that was everything. So once you have your mixture done, you can just kind of like shake it up. or you can put the lid on and shake it up. I'm not actually going to be doing the ritual on camera, but I will show you guys how to set it up. You're gonna want some coals. They look like this. They're little like coal diskettes, kind of. Get some coal tongs, like hookah coal, basically. That's what it is. I mean, it's a hookah coal. But you're gonna take this and you're gonna light it. I'm not gonna light it right now because I'm gonna light it in a second, but you're gonna light it right here, away from your face, by the way. And it's gonna start sparking. Continue to spark all the way across the coal. And once it's done sparking, that means that it's lit. And even while it's sparking, oh, that's full. Okay. Even while it's sparking, you can put it in here and then just kind of grab like that much at a time and sprinkle it on top. And then you can begin your ritual, or the herbal part of your ritual. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful to some people who are new to the whole loose incense. I know the first time that I started, I made my herbal mixture and then I put my incense at the bottom of this thing and then I put the coal on top and put the lid on, and I'm just sitting there like, why isn't it working? I only have 15 herbs that I'm working with right now. I would like to get more, but this is what I can make with what I have, and it works pretty well for me. So, but yeah. Well, I hope that that was helpful for somebody out there who maybe wants to start making their own loose incense and is kind of lost on like where to start. I tried to make it as simple as possible. But thank you guys so much for watching. It means so much to me when you do. And if you would like to support this channel, there is a subscribe button below that you can totally click on if you would like to. And there's also the thumbs up button. I also have both of my Instagrams below and on my channel art home screen page thing. If you would like to follow me there. I hope that y'all are having a really great day. And as always, be excellent to each other. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. Did I just make it through an entire video without cussing? I'm so proud of myself. I could be wrong. I'll see in the editing. I think I did though. Yay! Magic works, baby.